Greetings from Christian News and Interviews. I want to start off by saying that I am not a fan of rap music anymore. Once Tupac and Biggie went home to be with the Lord, that was it for me. Um, However, I'm still familiar. I still, from the periphery, sort of peek in to find out what's going on in the rap in the rap world. And on November the 1st, a rapper named Takeoff, that's his stage name, was fatally wounded. That was November the 1st. It is now November the 5th. And no one's been arrested. I find it interesting that no one's been arrested because there were only 40 people at the private party where the scuffle ensued. I'm pretty sure that most of the people knew each other. Someone or many someones know exactly who did it. And yet, the police are scrounging around trying to figure out what happened. Now, common sense would dictate, he died from a wound to his head. He was also shot in the torso. So, according to witnesses, the shooter did just randomly shoot into the crowd, and he shot at least 10 times. So, whoever this idiot is who went to this private party, he went there with a gun. And 99.9% of the time, when someone shows up at a party like this with a gun, they want to use the gun. They're looking for an excuse to use the gun. They're too ignorant to stop and think about the lives that they're about to take, the families that they're going to impact, or even their own lives. The fact that when they finally are caught, and they will be because they're idiots, that they will spend the duration of the better part of their youth in jail because they wanted to shoot a gun. And these are real humans that they're shooting at. These are not toys that they're shooting at. And this is what these people don't seem to understand. They're not shooting at targets. They're shooting at humans with blood, hearts, and families that love them. "40 people were at that party, private party. And you're telling me that not one person, including his uncle Quavo, has given up a name?" It looks to me like TMZ is doing more of a job than anybody else and trying to figure out what's going on. Cops are piecing together a beef that led to fatal shooting. This is the young man, wasn't even 30 years old. Cops are trying to piece together an argument that escalated to the point of gunfight. And the fatal shooting of Takeoff and the triviality of the whole thing is mind-boggling. Law enforcement tells us that angry words were exchanged between Quavo, that's his uncle, and others after he lost in a dice game at a bowling alley. We're told that the argument, they took the argument outside and somehow began jawboning over who could beat who at basketball. See, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at all for these criminals to break loose and blood starts to touch blood, as the scriptures tell us. That lines up with video obtained by TMZ in which you hear Quavo becoming increasingly frustrated, talking about basketball and assuring the group that he'd win. Okay, so you see a gun here. Here's the idiot with the gun, right here. That's the gun. I have to give props to TMZ because they seem to be about to break this case. The police don't seem to be making much headway.
rap star Takeoff is still a mystery tonight. The new video shows someone police are interested in talking to. TMZ released footage that shows an unidentified man standing near rappers Quavo and Takeoff with.
Okay, let me interrupt. He's not unidentified. There were only 40 people at that private party. He's not unidentified. He is quite identified. It's just that we are living in such a sick and perverse world that someone can kill your nephew, your best friend, your mama, your papa, your sister, or your brother. And these ignorant people will not turn the criminal in.
With a gun in his pocket. This was while Quavo got into an argument with someone over a dice game. A scuffle starts. Then you can see that same man with that gun drawn, and you hear gunshots.
Still can't tell who fired the first shot, but we know after that first shot, there were roughly 10 more shots.
So, as I said, he went there to kill someone. And he did just that. So, prayers for the family. Feel bad that that happened to this young man. I've never heard any of his music. Not a follower of this type of rap. I'm not a follower of rap at all, really. And when I was following rap, it wasn't this type. But I still don't want to see a human being lose their life over nothing. So I just pray that the criminal who killed this young man is taken off the streets, and that someone will drop a dime to get this person arrested, because it looks like those so-called friends of his and family members even didn't and won't turn in the known criminal who killed this young man. So sad. Stay tuned.